Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Train Room. In 1949, Lionel was selling trains. As a matter of fact, they were selling so many trains, the factory could barely keep up. That doesn't mean Lionel wasn't interested in making sure its dealers had everything they needed to sell those trains. So, in 1949, in the summer, they sent the Dealer Display catalog. This is absolutely fantastic. Got some really cool stuff in here, and that is coming your way.
Look at her streak along the rails. It's a Lionel.
So this is the Lionel 1949 Dealer Display catalog. It's a beautiful red cover. It says Lionel 1949 price list. It also says, hey, this is what's included in this catalog, which is it talks about the trains and accessories, the Lionel construction kits, the Lionel dealer displays, and all this is effective August 1st, 1949. And a little note here that says, these prices cancel all prices appearing in previous Lionel catalogs, literature, and price lists. All prices are subject to change without notice. Lionel Corporation, and then there's a big notice down across, and it says, dealers should consult their jobbers about the special number 10 Lionel display and the 2 action displays designed to promote Lionel construction kits. For further information concerning the spectacular triple action display, write the Lionel Corporation. This is going to be a really great catalog with some incredible things in there for 1949. So we're going to open up the catalog and go to our first page here. All right, and as you open this up, and again, this catalog is absolutely fantastic, and as it would have come to the dealer, in here is this little order blank. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We're going to put that off to the side. But this is the Lionel retail price list for 1949. Okay, and what's neat about this too is, remember, there was no internet back in the day, so this is how dealers would say, hey, what's coming down the pipe, what's available to us, and what's it going to cost? Remember, the advanced catalog has already been sent out. This has now come out, and this says, hey, this is what it all is going to cost. So this one is set up into the categories. So you talk about scout trains here, O-gauge layouts, accessories, and on this page, freight and passenger cars, replacement lamps, and then down here in the bottom right, the Lionel construction kits, which are also sort of noted in this particular catalog. Of note, which is really absolutely cool, is saying, okay, well, here's all the O27 and the O-gauge sets, including set 4110WS, which is the electronic railroad system, or the electronic set. Its list price is $199.95. You get 1 per package or master carton, which I love master cartons, and the shipping weight in pounds for each piece is listed as well, which is really cool. And that set is set to weigh 22 pounds. Absolutely incredible. As you go over to some of the accessories, you've got, say, the 45 Gateman, which will list for $6.50. You get 6 to 12 of them, and they weigh about 2.5 pounds each, as well as, look, this little 30 water tower, master carton for 6, and they weigh 5 pounds each. And then as you go over to the freight cars, these are the new streamlined cars. These are the green with the orange, or with the yellow markings. You've got your Madison cars through here, $10 a piece. They weigh 2.5 pounds a piece, by the way. Absolutely fantastic, showing all this. And again, this is now what these dealers can use to say, hey, what's all this stuff going to cost? So I think this is great. And as you flip over to the second page, it's essentially the same information, but it's in numerical order, starting with CO-1, which is just some connecting ties, and finishing off with set 6555, which is the oil car, which you get 12 of them, by the way, in a master carton, and they weigh 1.5 pounds each. Absolutely super fantastic. So now we're going to go over to this page here, which is just really great. It shows sort of everything as a whole here. The Lionel triple action full color illuminated display. It says Lionel trains across the top. Has this animated display that shows this scene plus 2 others. This whole setup was $275. Now, in $1949, that was equivalent to almost $3,600 when it's all said and done. That's a tremendous amount of money, big investment, but look what you get. Absolutely cool. So let's take a little peek at the first page part of this. It says Lionel Triple Action Full Color Illuminated Action Display. So 3 changes in full color show Lionel trains in action. Add to the color and Christmas atmosphere of your toy floor with this spectacular action display. 36 feet long. 3 separate scenes of Lionel's newest, most exciting trains are revealed in full color, brilliantly illuminated. It includes 12-foot color wings, silk-screened on paper with some transparencies for each side. Shipped, ready to install in ample time for your toy department construction. As it's actually worth, it says $1,000, which is the equivalent of almost $13,000 in 1949 buying power. The center display is 12 feet long by 56 inches high by 21 inches deep. The top letters add an additional 10 inches of height, so it's more to make sure it's going to fit where you want to have it. A single AC motor furnished with the display turns triangular pylons, pausing between each change of scene. Side wings, mounted by the store, will be shipped rolled. Side panels illuminated from rear by the store. So it's kind of giving you an indication of how to use this thing too as well. It goes into a little more detail of the setup. This is a real traffic stopper set up in your store. Here's how your new Lionel Display and train selling counter looks when assembled. Colorful, brilliantly illuminated, and held to sell to your customers, just as it's stop traffic of our own showroom. So it's kind of saying, hey, this is what we have in the showroom. All right, so for $275, this is complete with side panels as shown. Okay, now you don't get all this construction stuff. What you do get is the blueprints. Blueprints are furnished by Lionel. Lionel will furnish complete set of blueprints for setup of the display and selling fixtures as a guide to store and laying out the Lionel section. Place orders at once, since only a limited number can be built in time for Christmas. Absolutely cool. That's this side. And again, there's more that describes what's going on. So you transition to the other side of this 2-page part of the catalog, and this shows again a little bit more of this side of it, which is a 12-foot part. This is the part that has the triangular pylons that turn. Unbelievable. This is going to be so cool. So it starts describing a little bit what you get. The triangular pylons turn. There's the famous GG1, pride of the Pennsylvania Railroad, New York to Washington run, rolling right into your toy section. Overhead, your customers will see a fast freight and some of the finest Lionel rolling stock, all fully colored, brilliantly illuminated. Then, slowly, the scene changes. Here comes the Santa Fe diesel. You can almost hear the loud drone of its horn as the new Santa Fe diesel comes into view. Customers will thrill at the sight of the newest Lionel record-breaking, authentically stripped with colorful, accurate markings. Absolutely super cool. But then, it's not done yet, real exciting action scenes. Okay, so each picture portrays Lionel trains in true lifelike action. Here's a race along the rails between the brand new diesel switcher and the hard-driving 671 steam turbine. Smoke streaming out of the stack. Every detail in design and construction clear and bright. So I want this right now, okay? So for $275, this is what you get. These are the 3 scenes that it would change in between: the GG1, the Santa Fe, the 671 turbine. Absolutely fantastic. This is so cool, and we're just digging in to this catalog. So as we turn the page from this fantastic display, we show there's a little bit more available if you don't want to pony up for the $275 super large display, or you just don't have the space. And that's okay, they're prepared for that. And so this page shows the number 10. This is a brilliantly illuminated, new from Lionel, the number 10 display with 4 colorful Kodachrome transparencies. Okay, and you've seen this display before, and we'll show it to you at some point in time at one of the future episodes. But this is what you got. And so the dealer's looking at this and say, all right, what am I going to get for $44? Well, track and switches are fixed to the base, but your trains and accessories are ready to be operated. No merchandise is furnished with this display except the racks and switches as listed. Okay, so the net cost of the merchandise that you get is about $12.42. The net cost of the display is about $31. It's basically what they're charging you to build the thing. So it costs about $44. This is super cool. And if you've seen these before, this is really, really neat, where it has these transparencies. It has a Lionel across the top, a couple shelves, a little operating display here for some of the things you want to show. Very, very cool. So it kind of talks more a little bit about the 10. And this is a sensational Lionel train display will attract customers and sell merchandise for you. Here's a sensational Lionel train display. 4 brilliantly illuminated Kodachromes at the top feature Lionel accessories in full color. Ledges accommodate 4 Lionel train sets. Lionel and trains and the lower tracks both brilliantly are illuminated. Note, tracks and switches affixed to the base, which is textured in color. The table is wired to accommodate accessories as shown. The diagram accompanying each display to guide you in the setting upon the accessories, which, by the way, is usually attached to the back of this display when I've seen these. Merchandise included with the display is as follows. You get some track, you get your switches, all that. So it's kind of being very clear about what you get for your $44. This is an absolutely fantastic display. This is the number 10. Now that's not all. There's certainly more for you to choose from in 1949, and this is where we get to some really interesting stuff. This is some stuff that's free, all right? And this has something, this is more of what we have to do with this order blank, which we'll get to in just a minute. But what are you going to get here, and what are you looking to order? The first is a poster, okay? So these are colorful silkscreen posters, are given away free. You have to mail the enclosed postcard now. And again, that's this postcard right here. We'll show that to you in just a second. So this starts off with a large 4-foot by 7 poster featuring the famous GG1 locomotive. It is ideal for store background or for a window. Silk screened, full color, suitable for mounting. These are beautiful posters, and we'll get opportunities to show those to you in the future. You also get 4 colorful streamers. Okay, so this is 4 colorful streamers. All right, each 6 inches by 21 inches. These small streamers are perfect for on-the-window use to call attention to the fact that you have the new Lionel trains and construction sets. They can also be mounted on cardboard and placed on counter ledges within the store. Can be used separately or in conjunction with a large poster featured above. All are given away free. Just mail the enclosed card immediately, okay? So as soon as I finish this recording, I am mailing this off, and we'll see what happens. Below here, it also talks a little bit about, hey, what else can you put in your store? And this is showing the lamp assortment. So the lamp assortment is the number 122-9 for counter display, and that's this guy right here, okay? So this is an easy way to select the right lamp bulb immediately. Each lamp box tells specifically for which loco or car the lamp is intended, okay? And it lists all the lamps, and it says a total list price of $19.70. So it says, hey, this is also another part of, again, a display, help you sell trains. This page is really super, super cool, and again, most of this free, and we'll talk about that in a sec. So again, on this page, it says, hey, we're going to give you some of this stuff free. And with this catalog, this was so nice that it actually included this loose basically postcard, okay? And I'm assuming you had to mail this or put this in, but basically it says, hey, this is the free order blank, all right? And it's going to be sent to the Lionel Corporation, Advertising Department, 15 East 26th Street, New York, 10, New York. Now, it says, please ship me without charge. And they wanted to highlight that. They want you to get these things, okay? Either 1 or 2 sets. And says, please check of the colorful silkscreen posters and 4 window streamers, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure why you wouldn't click 2 sets every single time. All right, you put your store name, your street address, and all this, and everything would be sent to you kind of deal too. And this is a really cool, absolutely, I mean, just a gorgeous catalog with an absolutely perfect order blank that would come with it. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you want to have. 1949, I'm ordering these posters and these streamers right there. Now that's pretty much as far as the trains, but there was so much more to this catalog that we're going to explore. The next is the construction sets. This was a big deal, and this is something that Lionel was really pushing, and they dedicated some pretty significant time to their dealer display catalog for this, okay? So it talks about the Lionel construction kits. They're new, different, uses no old-fashioned nuts and bolts for assembling models, and you know who they're talking about. This is absolutely fantastic. It talks about all the sets that are available, the 343. It talked about a 565, which is one of the biggest sets, or the 454. Okay, and it also said, hey, there's also some displays for your store to help sell these. One of them is right here. It's like, get this exciting display piece, which is this guy right here. It's kind of like a whirly wheel, almost like something you'd see at a fair. And it says it must be ready to go because it says, get this exciting display piece, attract and sell customers. The height of it is 29 inches by 17 inches with 8 inches deep. Net to dealer was $5.25. So mounted on a board, ready to go. These displays are actually really difficult to find and authenticate. So one of these, absolutely fantastic. I'd love to see one of these in action as well. And then you go over to the other page, it talks about the 2 sets here and a little bit of how these are all put together. This is kind of really neat and one of the cool parts about this particular catalog. And then finishing up here, one more display that relates to the construction sets, and that has to do with this guy right here, which is kind of like it's almost like a steam engine type look. And say, this attractive action model will draw your customers for Lionel construction kits. This exciting steam engine placed on your counter will do a magnificent selling job for you on Lionel construction kits. In an instant, everyone will see how much better Lionel construction kits are compared to the other ones that are out there. Order now for $5.25 net to dealer. This is motorized counter display, super cool. And of course, it shows some of the other kits that were available. Again, the goal here is to make you say, hey, I'm going to order a good selection of these. I'm going to try and show them. And again, it's one of the adjunct things that they were selling. Let me tell you, they were selling trains like crazy in 1949. They didn't necessarily need a whole lot of help. But that doesn't necessarily mean Lionel said, hey, let's make sure that we have a banner year. This is how they did it. This is the 1949 Lionel Dealer Display Catalog. All right, that was fun. Appreciate you watching my video. If you like what you see, hey, give me a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, hey, please subscribe. We also have a comment section down below. I want to hear from you. Let me know how I'm doing and how I can make these better. You know, I don't do this alone. I do have a number of friends and fellow collectors who have shared their collections with me to make these fun videos for you guys too. At the end, I've got a nice list of those individuals who've helped me out. I cannot thank them enough. Well, that was it for today. Hey, thanks for joining me on Brian's Train Room.
Lionel Express, all aboard. Look at her streak along the rails. It's a Lionel.